Hi, welcome for our online training sessions. In this session, we'll discuss how we can go for upload the data into Fusion applications, human capital management. When we are working with Fusion applications, if the client says that I have some data in legacy systems, legacy is nothing but other systems. Maybe your client is doing some business. For example, our client is Ameerpet Corporation, and this client is doing the business from 2009 onwards. It means last 14 years client is doing business, and from 2009 to 2023 this client is using some other application, means some .NET application or some Java application or some other ERP. Maybe they might be using Salesforce or Workday or some custom ERP they might be using, and they are using that ERP software to maintain their complete day-to-day business transactions. When it comes for human capital management, they are using this software to maintain their complete employees data, workforce structure data, absences data, payroll, and talent management. All this information they are going to maintain. Now the client is going to implement Oracle Fusion applications from 2023 onwards. So from this year onwards, client is going to use this particular application, Fusion Cloud ERP, to maintain their day-to-day transactions. Some clients, what they do is they'll say that they wanted to continue both the systems, this legacy system as well as this one. Some client says that we wanted to close this existing systems and we want to continue with only cloud applications. In that scenario, we are supposed to migrate the data or convert the data from legacy systems into Fusion applications. Legacy is nothing but other than Fusion applications. Whatever the software your client is using, we call it as a legacy systems. Means other systems. It may be SAP, Salesforce, Workday, or CBIL, or Oracle, EBS. It can be any product. Okay, so we call it as a data conversion. We call it as a data conversion. In Fusion applications, when we wanted to load the data in HCM, two options we have: spreadsheet data loader. Another one is HCM data loader. In old versions, payroll data loader was there, but now it's not used. Nowadays, payroll data also we are trying to load by using HCM data loaders. This data loading concept is basically technical consultant responsibility, but still as a functional consultant, we must have some basic idea what is the procedure for data loading in Fusion applications. What is the procedure for data loading in Fusion applications that we have to discuss. Okay, now we are going to talk about this, how to load the data by using HDL, what is the procedure, and we'll try to load job or job family, any one of the object into Fusion applications. So once we log into the applications here, if at all we want to load the data, means data conversion, go to navigator, my client groups. My client groups generally will get based on the role called human resource specialist, and then go to the option called data exchange. Data exchange means data import and export. Here we can find HCM spreadsheet data loader. This is for data loading by using the spreadsheet data loader. It's very simple, not much complex. Spreadsheet data loader, just we have to download the spreadsheet and enter the data and go for load it. And HCM extract is to extract the data, not for loading. HCM extract is one of the component which we will be using to extract the data from Fusion applications into some Excel sheet or PDF or some other document. Okay, so here right now we don't have the access for HCM data loader. we got the permission for spreadsheet data loader, but we don't have the permission for HCM data loader. When we want to access the HCM data loader, we need the role called Human Capital Integration Specialist. That's the role we require. Human Capital Management Integration Specialist. Search for your username. And once we've searched for the username here, let's go for add this role. Human Capital Management Integration Specialist. This is the role we are supposed to assign. So we added this. Let's go for save and close. Now click done button. Let's go to the home page. Generally, we don't need to log out and log in. It's automatically updated. Let's see. Now go to data exchange option. Now I can find here HCM data loader. Earlier, we were having the access only for this HCM extracts. Now we got the access for HCM data loader also. We can find recently what are the files has been uploaded into the application, recent file loads. And we can find here a list of objects which we can load. Objects are nothing but we'll be using here it is total number of objects like job, position, grade, worker, and other information we are trying to load. So if at all we want to go for import data, then we will use this import and load. So import the data is nothing but data will be imported into the interface tables without any validation. Then loading is nothing but system is going to validate the data and load into the base tables from the interface tables. From the interface tables here. That's what we call it as import and load data. Import and load data. This delete staging table data. So staging table is nothing but a table which contains the data temporarily. If at all we want to go for load, then we will be loading first into the interface table and then we will load into the base tables. Here it is. Okay. Fine. So now we will see what are the objects we can go for load. Select view business objects. It will choose the list of business objects. For example, I want to load the jobs. This. We have job family. We have job family translation, job translation, job requisition template. Translation means other language, not only English, other than the English. If at all we want to load other data, we'll use translation files. Job offer. This job offer, job requisition comes under ORC, Oracle Recruitment Cloud. And now when we talk about this job family and job here, we have seen in our global HR, right? When we were talking about this. And there is a sample file .dat. So this file we can download and go for or start working on that. And if we want to understand that particular file, we can go for this overview of the file. This. Okay, so we'll go with this job family. Now click on template.file. Oracle has already prepared this HDL file. We don't need to go for enter this. We can go for customize. Okay, so let me go for open this file here. We have downloaded jobfamily.dat. This is the file name. Let me open this. We can use Notepad++. That will be more flexible. Yes. Okay. So when we are trying to load any business object, first we should have a clarity on the particular object. When I say clarity, what exactly this, what fields we are supposed to enter, what are the mandatory fields in our application. So let's go to the application in the front end, go to setup and maintenance. Now we are trying to upload the object called job family. Here we'll search. Search with the object called job. We'll find here manage job families. Click on this. So job family is basically to group the jobs which are having similar functionality. For example, accounting family. When I say accounting family, all accounting related jobs comes under this particular family, like clerk, cashier, analyst, finance manager, financial accounting manager. Okay, so all these jobs comes under this family, so that it will be easy for the organizations to maintain the headcount or expenditure or costing any of other things. Let's go to the task here, manage job families here. And what system is showing us, you can use spreadsheet data loader for this, or you can also go for HCM data loader. We can use spreadsheet data loader and HCM data loader. But in spreadsheet data loader, you cannot upload the images. You cannot maintain the history. You cannot go for schedule this for the future purpose, and you have to enter the data in the spreadsheet, means Excel sheet. Immediately you have to go for import. Okay, and we'll not be able to upload multiple objects. When I say multiple objects, parent and child relationship. And the major one is for entire human capital management, the major data conversion important is worker, nothing but employee data loading, which is very complex and the major one, because these all are simple. Because most of the clients will have some job families are 20, 30, jobs are around 100 to 150, positions around 50 to 100, like that, locations, departments, business units, legal entities. These all are maximum 100 or 150 or 200, not more than that. But when we talk about the workers, there will be thousands, lakhs of workers data. That data we can't upload by using spreadsheet. Spreadsheet option is not there. We must go for HDL. Okay, so that's the reason. So HDL is more comfortable and there is no limit. You can upload a number of records for there. Now this is the component job family which we have. Effective start date is mandatory field. Job family name, job family code, and action reason, and what is the status of this particular job family. Context segment. Context segment is nothing but a descriptive flex field. Any attachments you wanted to provide, you can do it from here. Okay. So what fields are mandatory here? Effective start date is mandatory, name is mandatory, job family code is mandatory, and status. All these fields, whatever the fields we have, you will find in this particular file, HDL file. Okay. So first command is comment. That is just general information. You can go for specify whatever you wanted to go for. Let's say today is on 28th April 2023. HDL data loading through RTL. Metadata is nothing but column headings. This command will be using to keep the column. There are 4 commands, not more than that we have. So out of 4, we are already using to comment and metadata. Job family is nothing but object, name of the object. So that is mandatory. Then job family ID, we don't require. It's automatically generated. Effective start date, yes, we wanted to pass. I don't want to have the end date. Let me remove it. Job family code, job family name, action reason, not mandatory. I don't want to pass. Active status, yes. I would like to pass the status. Source system owner and source system ID is mandatory fields. Why we require? Source system owner is nothing but from where you are trying to upload this data. For example, when you are working with the large enterprises, the clients might have the multiple sources. They might be using 5 to 6 applications. It's very common for large implementations. Okay, your client is using multiple implementations. In that scenario, we are supposed to access the data from different systems. That time we must understand from where we are supposed to get this information, from where we are supposed to get this particular information. So that's what we call it as source system owner. We call it as a source system owner. So we can specify, let's say we are getting the data from SAP or we are getting the data from Salesforce. So whatever the name client gives us, that will mention. That will be easy to recognize, okay, this employee record has loaded from so and so source, like that. We have to create our own source here and we have to specify the source here in this environment. The source is going to be either SAP or Salesforce, right? So that source system owner must be a valid. Okay, we are supposed to define that source system. Oh, we will be discussing with the client and then we are going to have the source system owner name. After that, we are going to have the source system ID. This must be unique. This must be unique over here. Okay, this must be unique over here. You can pass any number. This GUID and all automatically generated. We don't need to worry about. You can remove all these columns. This is very common when you are working for any business object in HCM data loader. We'll find these all additional columns that we can go for remove it. Let me remove all these columns from here. So these are the headings we are going to use. Metadata. Then we have to use match command. Go for using this match command. Pipe symbol. Job family. That is the business object name. Effective start date we are supposed to use 2023 09/01. I'm going to use year, month, and date. And job family code. I'm going to mention MRF accounting. Job family name. MRF active status. A for active, I for inactive. Then source system owner and source system ID. Source system owner we are supposed to create. Let me show you. There is one of the lookup. There we have to list out our source system owner name, or we can use existing owner. We'll go for create one source system over there and we'll use that. It seems the server is down here. We'll take up another server. Now go to task list here and we'll go for global search options here. We'll go for global search here. Let's search for common lookups here. Go to the task here, manage common lookups. We know that lookups, right? We have discussed three different types of lookups: standard lookup, extensible lookup, and user defined. We also talked about job lookups as well as position lookups we have discussed. We have to search for the task called HRC source system owner, HRC source system owner that we are going to talk here. HRC source system owner. This is the lookup. What type of lookup this is? Extensible. It means you can add new values to this lookup type. Right now there is a value called fusion. We can also use this source system owner. But if client says that I'm going to use the SAP system, some other, then we can go for use this options here. Now click done button. So we have configured the lookup over here successfully. So lookup has been configured here successfully over. Now we can go for use this source system owner, and source system ID we can use any number, unique number. So now we got this values here. Let me go for take new records. This will take up from 2022. This is from 2024. And this is changing sales. And this I'm going to take it as admin department. Sales. Take this is inactive. And again, this is active. And this number should be unique. Source system ID. Source system owner is C. Okay. So this is how we will go for prepare the HDL file. We have prepared 3 records. That's fine. But I have 3,000 records. How we will prepare? We don't prepare generally when we are working in the real time. We'll be receiving this data from the client. We will ask our client, can you please send your data in this format? In this format, if you send the data in Excel sheet, I can convert from Excel sheet into this notepad with pipe symbol separator. Then after conversion, if there are any small changes, we can do that. Okay. There is a software tool also, HCM data file validator. HCM data file validator. There is a small tool. By using that also, we can convert the data from Excel sheet into this particular option we will be using. Okay. So now once we have this job family file, and we want to save as it is, we can save. But we must maintain the same name, job family.d8. Let me save as. Job family.d8. We must use the same. After we save this file, then we have to keep it up here. This is job family. We must zip this file. Right click. We are going to compress to zip file. This zip file we have to upload. This zip file we have to upload into application. Go to navigator. And my client groups. Data exchange. Now this user again does not have the permission for HCM data loader. Let me do that. Human capital management integration specialist. Yeah, here it is. So we have to choose this. Let's go for save and close here. Now we have already prepared the data file .dat and we have zipped the file. We must maintain the same file name. A zip file, of course, if at all you want to change, we can change. Let's say I would like to keep today date. So what's the today date is on 28 April 2023. Like that we can maintain. But file name within this zip file, the file name must be the same name what Oracle has provided. Let's go to data exchange here. Import and load data. Here there is a button import file. We can go for select. Choose the file here. Choose the zip file here, submit now. Or refresh this. We have uploaded our data file. It will be available in UCM server, Universal Content Management. There it will be available. So the file name will get it here, data set, and content ID is generated by the system for reference purpose. We will find over here. So it's not showing the result here. Now we can find that the system is trying to load the data, but still it is ready status, not started. It takes some time. It's because of server issue. It's not our HDL file issue or some other. Fine, no issue. Will continue for this next session. Next session will go for upload it. Okay, so this is how we have to prepare the HDL file. This is our standard procedure we are supposed to follow. These all are simple objects, but the complex object when we are working in Fusion applications is worker data loading. So generally, technical consultants used to work on that. So here we have to use, if at all we are loading worker data, worker or worker person name, work relationship, work terms, worker assignment. So around 30 levels of objects we have in the worker itself. So those all we are supposed to understand, and what are the columns we are supposed to refer, like primary and foreign keys that we have to go. So we'll continue this particular one in the next session. Okay, thank you.